Do this first. Find a decent helmet, slap a chip quartz on it, purchase a healing aura rune, slap it onto your preferred weapon, and win the game. GG guide over. Just kidding, but this setup allows you to heal yourself either after retreating or at the end of combat. It will save you a ton of time and resources, and it should be your #1 priority. Don't buy the heal pulse rune. It's garbage and the developers should feel bad for even putting it in the game. Do extract weapons runes from weapons. You can take these runes and put them on other weapons of the same size. That is, a rune from a two-handed weapon can be placed on other two-handed weapons. This is really helpful in helping you customize your preferred weapon. Do upgrade, enchant, and infuse your weapons and armors. These give you massive power spikes, even more so than leveling, at a relatively low cost and are accessible super early in the game. In the same vein, prioritize upgrading Whitaker's craft shop and Fillmore's smithy as early as possible, followed by the enchantment vendor. Also the tailoring store if you are going for a light armor build. This will allow you to unlock the sawmill, forge, etc., which will allow you to convert your resources into material that you can use for the upgrades. Don't worry about fishing. While fishing leads to some powerful food and potions later, it's really not that great in the beginning. Instead, hyper-focus on digging, mining, and lumber. Buy these respective tools as soon as you can and get to work. Remember, all nodes spawn in the exact same spot after you spend some time in Sacrament, so try to remember where you found all of them, or just put a marker on the map wherever you find them. Do fix the stairwell in the rookery. It makes accessing the storage chests a lot easier, and early on that's the only storage you need. Also, it allows you to travel from the market to the Nameless Pass much faster. Don't buy a house. The main advantage of a house is the ability to put in extra storage. Storage becomes a big problem, but not in the early game where you'll be burning through resources pretty damn fast. Instead, you don't have to worry about buying a house until after level 16 or 17. Do unlock all the ring slots when you turn in the Black Eye Core. Having multiple rings equipped can give you a massive power boost. Don't unlock the tool section. The game is still in early access, so there are no extra tools that can be placed in these slots. In fact, you're not going to need anything all the way up to level 30. Do unlock one extra main weapon slot. Place a low-level, cheap, unenchanted weapon that you will never upgrade in that slot. Slap on the return and repair rune on it, and enjoy being able to repair anywhere or return to Sacrament to empty out your bags without having to run back to a Serum Whisper. Biggest quality of life improvement you can invest in. Don't invest points in health. If you upgrade your gear enough and aren't wearing cloth armor, you don't need to invest in health. At least not until you're around level 15. Even then, I wouldn't go past 14 points in health. Do invest your points carefully. As of the release of this video, there's no way to respec your character, so if you mess up their stats, you're in for a really painful journey. The max stat requirement for certain weapons right now is 42 for single stat weapons and 26 each for split stat weapons. That is why you don't want to spread out your stats too much, because if you do, you might not be able to use some of the endgame weapons. Do invest in equip load, as it improves your movement speed and determines what kind of dodge you perform. If you are new to the game and aren't running a sword and shield combat style, I advise you avoid pushing your character into the heavy zone. Don't try to parry. If you are new to the game, this will be the leading cause of all your deaths. The parry window, regardless of equipment, is very small. You really need to memorize the enemy's attack pattern to use it effectively. Be patient, focus on dodging, and pick your attacks well. Once you are more experienced in combat, then try to go for parries. Do keep bombs and focus potions as they are the most helpful. Sell everything else, except maybe the experience and repair potions. Same with equipment. Only keep the stuff you want and sell everything else. If you tend to be a hoarder in your RPGs, then you'll find yourself out of storage real fast in this game. Do try to learn as many food recipes as you can. Food is the main source of healing in an emergency, and some of the late game food have really good buffs. Well, there you have it. These are my quick tips for newcomers. I focus on the first 11 levels because by then you have a good understanding of what the game is about and how you want to develop your character. Also, the game is in early access, like real early access. And by level 11, you're already kinda done with almost 30% of the game that is available right now. Also, I want to do a Let's Play series on this game with a completely brand new character so I can show you how I tackled the beginning of the game, which I think will be the most challenging part for most newcomers. Once you have decent gear, the game becomes pretty easy outside of boss fights and the Crucible. Let me know if you're interested in watching such a series in the comments section below, so until then, peace.